Well, good morning. Looking at Thursday, and let's see what's going on. I don't have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. I think there's a lot of stuff going on about the eclipse coming up Monday, and I've seen two of them. I don't know whether they were full eclipse. I remember seeing one full eclipse when I was a kid. Based upon the weather patterns that I'm going through now and the distance it is from where I live, I doubt if I'll see it or if I'll see any of it. I don't know. It's been pretty cloudy down here every day lately, which is really a good thing. So I'm not going to complain about that. But there was one article I read where Trump is suing two of the founders of Truth Social, his social media site, for mismanaging his business, the mismanaging the company or the business or whatever. Anyhow, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. Because what's going to happen there is they're going to lose the money that they would have made from the merger, paying lawyers to defend themselves against this creep. That's why nobody makes money with Donald Trump. Everybody thinks everybody gets rich if they hang around him. If you're really, really rich, you can make money with him. But if you're the average guy, stay the fuck away from this guy. His investments are the worst in the world. You know, I mean, I've watched, I've seen other casinos besides his go bankrupt, but not for the same reasons. His go bankrupt because they're mismanaged, that he doesn't know what he's doing. The others went because they were involved in some things they shouldn't have been involved in, and the government stepped in. So, you know, like I'm saying, if you got money, don't invest it in him, in anything. I mean, even politics. You're crazy. People are donating to his super PAC to get him elected. And what he's doing, and he's using that money, which is legal, and this is legal. He's using the money to pay his legal fees rather than, promote himself, But that's all right. If he wins, I don't have to leave the country. I've already left. All I got to do is just turn in my citizenship. Because I'll lose Social Security anyhow. So if I don't have that, why should I stick around, And watch the country that I loved and that I lived and given all kinds of opportunities in, and people I know have succeeded in business and everything else, and watch it turn to trash. I mean, I don't want to see it go back to before I was born, you know. And that's what he's headed for. He's headed. Last time when he was president, I said, he looks to turn the United States into around the 1930s, you know. Uh, but then he wants to add dictatorial parameters, which or even make it even worse than it was now. Back then, he wants to take away women's rights. He doesn't want women to vote because apparently they're too logical when they vote, and they won't vote for him. I mean, how many Marjorie Taylor Greens are out there? I doubt there's a whole bunch of them. Most of them would have either been beaten, thrown in jail, or in mental institutions. Unfortunately, and that's a crime in itself. That's another story altogether. But that's how women get treated sometimes. And they say they're not treated fairly, and they're correct. They're not treated fairly. I mean, I always thought women had an advantage over us because we needed them in our lives, But then I've watched some of the men that, and the way they treat them, and I get crazy. What was it the other day? We were walking through the mall, and my wife had to pull me back because this guy was dragging this woman by the arm, and I wanted to go over and punch him in the face. The guy was bigger than me. I would have got my ass kicked, but I don't care. I don't like stuff like that. I don't, as much as I get tempted to smack my wife in the face every once in a while because of something she says or does, I don't do it. I don't lift my hands. I'm not going to do it. Does a thought cross my mind? Of course. I think it crosses every man's mind, It's like when if you're dealing with a little child, or if you're dealing with another man, another person, your age and everything like that, a male. There are times when things get so frustrating, and you're trying to make a point about something, or you're trying to actually help them, and it just gets so frustrating. That's why I don't give advice to people anymore. One of the reasons, because of the frustration. You know, I have this insight sometimes, not all the time, into certain aspects of people's lives and whatnot, and I'll give them advice, and on the surface it makes the most sense. It's not logical, not pure logical. It just makes sense if you know the person and everything involved, and what they've done in the past. You say, if you do this, this is good for you, and they don't. They turn around and go around and do something illogical, and then they're back where they were before. I have a very good friend of mine that's like that, and he gets very frustrating to deal with, because you'll give him what you think is sound advice, and he says, you're picking on me, yeah. So he'll go turn around and do what he just did, get all screwed up again, and come back looking for help. Man, that gets old fast. But I still do it. I still try to help people, but that I don't give advice freely anymore as much as I used to, because I think it's very frustrating. You're right. They know you're right, and they don't listen to you, and they go out and they either get in the same trouble again, or they get arrested or something stupid, and what are you supposed to do? I'm not going to bail them out again. Once was enough now. All right, what else is happening? I don't think there's a whole lot going on right now. I said there's it's too quiet for some reason. I'm waiting for another shoe to drop. I don't know whether Trump's lawyers are planning something big, or there's something big coming up or not. We'll see. And I'll keep an eye on it today and tomorrow, and then we'll see what happens over next week and what have you after we get through the eclipse. You got to see some of these right-wing conspiracies, though. I mean, it's like satanic ceremonies held in the White House. It's insane. So anyhow, listen, have a good day. I'll talk to you tomorrow, if not later today.